Well, I didn't do a sound check, but it looks like we're getting audio. Hey, everybody, good morning. It is Tuesday, April the 21st. It's time for 7 minutes in the morning in your daily COVID 19 update. Grab a cup of coffee, kick your feet up for a few minutes. Let's get this thing started.
This is 7 Minutes in the Morning, where 5 days a week you get tips and hacks dedicated to helping business owners and leaders just like you find and break through the one thing that is preventing your success. And now, here's the host of 7 Minutes in the Morning and your results coach, Thom Rigsby.
Still dinking around with my microphone here to make sure it's working okay. Hey, everybody, good morning. Welcome to the show. My name's Thom Rigsby. This is 7 Minutes in the Morning, show where we talk about how to start, grow, and enjoy the benefits of business ownership. That's our normal show, but since all this crazy COVID stuff's been going on, we've kind of transformed it into your daily update for all things COVID related, especially as it relates to your small business, hence the group. Small Businesses Fight COVID-19. You may be watching today in that group on Facebook. If you are, thank you. Or you might be watching on my page, on YouTube, or listening on, on your favorite podcast catcher. Regardless of where you are, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate that. If you would do me a favor, two favors actually. One is give the old heart, stars, thumbs up, and likes if you get any value from our time together today. That's my goal, is to make it valuable for you. And if I can do that, the heart, stars, thumbs up, and likes, let me know that you're doing that. Number two, just leave a comment and say hi, hello, good morning, how you doing? Let me know that you are here and watching the show with me. So, no graphic today for a lot of reasons, but not the least of which is I'm just really getting tired of seeing it because it's the same thing every day. I will tell you, though, let me flip right over here so I can see the number. It's a good, we're good. We're at 0.96 on the old slide. That's the number that we've been paying attention to this whole time. We know, because we know math, that once the rate of growth number drops below 1, that we're in good shape. We're flirting right around that 1, just a little bit under. So that means we're kind of at the peak. The peak is kind of flat, kind of like a plateau, and then at some point it's going to start dropping off. Now, all of that, and there's, we'll probably talk about this on the radio show at the top of the hour, but here just suffice to say, it's peaked and it's going to start coming down. There's a lot of discussion about why it's staying and flirting there and who's monkeying with the numbers and that sort of thing. But here's the important thing for you to know this morning. It's time to put your foot on the gas. We've talked about coasting before the inflection point, before we crossed over that one line. It was time to coast, time to play defense. We know that now, and we talked the whole time, once we get to this inflection point, it's going to be time to put your plan together and get back to work. Now we're kind of over this hump. What we've got coming up, and there'll be a lot of discussion on this on the radio show today too, I'm sure. States are beginning to roll back a lot of the stay-at-home restrictions. Well, as that happens, a couple of things are kind of coming together here to can create a problem, but problems are opportunities, right? As those restrictions get lifted and as those stimulus checks begin to hit bank accounts, people are going to spend the money. And if the local stores and shops aren't open, where are they going to spend the money? Online. We need local shops. You need, wherever you are. Well, with one or two exceptions. If you are in a particularly hard-hit area, you still need to be at home. And this is one of the elements that we have to understand. This is not an either or. It's not all locked down or all wide open. There are graduations in between. In fact, last week we talked about what to expect as we get over the hump, and the number one thing was a gradual relaxing of the restrictions. We also talked about an extensive effort to try and monitor so that, to get some head start on this if this thing starts coming back. So all of those things are coming to fruition. As those restrictions begin to be rolled back, what's your plan to be able to communicate with your customer base, let them know how to do business with you, have the employees on hand that you need to have on hand to be able to do the work, and then actually deliver the product or service to solve the customer's problem? Right? All of this comes back to what we usually talk about here on the show, right? Is how to start, grow, and enjoy the benefits of business ownership. Well, this is how you do it, right? We're just in a hyper-focused time frame right now, because if we're not prepared to do this, and look, even if the restrictions are not relaxed for you yet, we should have already worked through, you should have already worked through, we collectively should have already worked through a plan to deliver services in a restricted mode. Even something like a hair salon that, by edict is not allowed to be open, you can still solve problems for your customers, right? So have that plan in place, and please, if you don't have it in place right now, as soon as we're done here, turn everything else off, sit down and write it out. Even if it's wrong, a wrong plan is better than no plan, right? Because a wrong plan you can change, right? At least you're thinking through the process, and it is that thinking through the process that brings on confidence. Confidence begets calm, right? Think about this for just a minute. Confidence begets calm. Chaos begets panic, right? So if confidence brings on calm, isn't that what you want? And how do you get confidence? By having experience. And that experience can come through actually doing it, or it can come from thinking through it, right? If you don't believe that, here's my little example I use all the time, right? When you have a dream, most of the time when we wake up, we remember the dream. How can I remember something that didn't happen? Nightmares are an even better example because they're scary, right? They cause an emotional response, but they didn't really happen, right? So by mentally going through the checklist of what am I going to do, how am I going to recall employees, how am I going to reach out to all of my customers, by mentally going through that, creating a plan, you're building that experience. And even if you go, you run this thought exercise and you get further and further down the chain, then you realize, no, that was the wrong way to do it. Okay, great. Change it. That's why we go through this exercise. All right. So I'll leave it at that. That's what you should be working on today. You're either executing your plan or creating your plan. Those are your only two options today. Right? I mean, that's what you need to be working on, because otherwise the competition has their plan already, and they're going to go shooting past you. If you need help getting your plan together, we're happy to do it. You can use the link down in the bottom, in the lower third there, prismbusinesspartners.com. You can come to my website, thomrigsby.com. All of those, we're here to help. Just be open to doing that. And then, of course, we got the radio show coming up at the top of the hour, about 45 minutes away. If you are in the greater Huntsville area, you can listen live on the radio, WTKI, 1450 AM, 105.3 FM. You can listen online at WTKIradio.com, or you can ask your smart speaker to play WTKI on TuneIn, and that works no matter where you are. So choose one of those three options. Tune into the show. It's only an hour, and it's good. It's entertaining. It'll be fun today. All right, that's it for today. One of us will be back tomorrow. I think Molly will be on tomorrow to give you the update. Be sure and tune in for that. If you have any questions, remember, prismbusinesspartners.com or thomrigsby.com is the place to go. You guys have a fantastic Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. I'll talk to you tomorrow.